John Morton's bold offensive vision for the Detroit Lions. Deep passes, trick plays. John Morton is set to unleash the full potential of the Detroit Lions offense, and the excitement is palpable. With a fresh perspective at the helm, he is determined to keep the team performing at an elite level. Taking charge of a squad that has consistently ranked among the top 5 offenses in the league for the past 3 seasons is no small feat. However, Morton, a seasoned coach, is ready to embrace this challenge. He is not new to the Lions. Having served as an offensive assistant in 2022, where he collaborated with head coach Dan Campbell and offensive coordinator Ben Johnson to develop the team's offensive strategy. One distinctive feature of the Lions' offensive style has been their creative use of trick plays, especially evident in the previous season. Throughout last year, the coaching staff implemented a variety of unconventional plays aimed at keeping opposing defenses guessing and off balance. Despite being new to the role of offensive coordinator, Morton has no intention of altering this unique aspect of the team's identity. "We'll see. I'm gonna do what Dan wants, whatever he wants," Morton stated confidently. "We're going to keep everything that has worked for us. We will continue to run the plays that have proven successful." During his tenure as the passing game coordinator for the Denver Broncos, Morton was known for his willingness to take risks with deep passes. This approach has already been evident in the early days of training camp with the Lions, where he has shown a preference for creating one-on-one matchups downfield. Morton believes that the wealth of talent on the Lions' offense provides him with the opportunity to design deep passing plays that maximize favorable matchups for his skilled players. "I'm isolating guys. I want to give them the chance. So I'm taking more shots," he explained. "Additionally, I want to identify who can execute these plays and make necessary adjustments, whether it's a technique issue or something else. I'm all about that because we have the talent to make it happen. If you've got the players, you need to utilize them." In his inaugural offseason as offensive coordinator, Morton dedicated much of his free time to preparing for training camp. Instead of taking a break between organized team activities, OTAs, and camp, he focused on reviewing game tape and devising a strategic plan to effectively challenge the Lions' defense. By doing this, he hopes to provide the players with insight into his thought process and the rationale behind his decisions throughout the season. "I really didn't take a vacation this year until the last 10 days. I was here analyzing what we did during OTAs and studying our defense," Morton shared. "I essentially game planned our defense. I want to position players strategically and determine the best matchups. I think it's crucial for them to understand my perspective and what I plan to implement during the season. If that means arriving early, then so be it. I did that this morning. We have specific situations to address, and I'm analyzing our defense to offer tips and reminders to Jared. I genuinely enjoy the process of sitting in my laboratory and dissecting the defense." 1. Morton has disclosed that he intends to call plays from the booth on game days instead of the field. This decision is aimed at avoiding the chaos of the sidelines and gaining a comprehensive view of the entire field. Additionally, he mentioned that he will consult with Campbell regarding the decision on whether Graham Glasgow or Tate Ratledge will take on the role of the starting center for the team. Lions OC John Morton's secret to success inside training camp day 7. The Lions offensive coordinator John Morton. A summer of dedication and preparation. As the Lions gear up for their preseason opener, the excitement is palpable with just one practice remaining before they face off against the Los Angeles Chargers in the Hall of Fame game. It seems like the team has been in a state of readiness for quite some time, and the additional preparation certainly adds to their confidence. Morton's summer in the lab. This year, Lions offensive coordinator John Morton made a notable choice to forgo a traditional summer vacation. Instead of lounging on sandy beaches or exploring tropical destinations, He dedicated his time to a more intense pursuit, immersing himself in game film and strategy. This commitment to his craft is a hallmark of Morton's approach. Wide receiver Tim Patrick shared insights from his time with Morton, stating, "I was in Denver with him. One thing you're going to get out of Johnny Mo is he's going to be the hardest worker in the building. He's going to sleep here some nights." John Gruden, who attended a Lions practice to observe Morton and his colleagues, echoed this sentiment, saying, "For all the Detroit fans, what you don't see is the work ethic that you're getting. This guy is nuts. People thought I was nuts. This guy is freaking nuts, man. He loves it. He's a creative guy. He's a great competitor. And I can't wait to see the Lions open up the season." Morton's reputation as a relentless worker with a keen eye for detail is well established. During his tenure as a senior offensive assistant in 2022, he played a crucial role in developing the passing concepts and route combinations that the Lions continue to utilize. When head coach Dan Campbell needed a strategic play call in critical situations, he often turned to Morton for guidance. The more stories that emerge about Morton's contributions, the clearer it becomes why he was brought on board. He has been instrumental in shaping the team, and now he has the opportunity to leave his unique mark. Morton expressed his passion for the game, saying, "I just love the whole aspect of just sitting in my laboratory by myself and trying to dissect the defense. I think that's fun." It appears the Lions may have another innovative mind in Morton. He shared some of his plans for the offense this season, along with the rationale behind them. On the downfield passing game, "I'm isolating guys. I want to give them the chance, so I'm taking more shots. I'm all about that because we have the guys that can do it. So if you got them, utilize them." On utilizing running backs Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery simultaneously, "We can throw it. We can run it. We can do whatever we want. I'm all about making the defense uneasy, and then maybe I might get an automatic defensive front coverage or a blitz or something like that. I'm always looking to put our best players on the field at all times. On trick plays, well, we'll see. I'm going to do whatever he wants, but we're going to have everything. Whatever was working, we're going to continue to do that." The center position battle. As training camp progresses, the competition for the starting center position appears to be nearing its conclusion. Initially, Tate Ratledge seemed to be the front-runner based on early practices, where he was given significant responsibilities. However, without the benefit of pads, it was challenging to gauge his true capabilities. Now that the Lions have been practicing in full pads for several sessions, it seems that Graham Glasgow may be solidifying his position as the leading candidate for the role. Morton commented on the center competition, stating, "I do like where we're at right now. I think Ratledge has done a good job. I mean, we had him at center first, and now we moved him to guard. Glasgow is at the center now. I think that's more natural for him, because that center and quarterback relationship needs to be right. The quarterback has got to feel right there. I do like the way it's going right now. It's still early. The more we do it, the better we're going to get." This assessment aligns with what has been observed in practice. Glasgow appears to be in much better health than he was in January, when he was dealing with injuries. His experience at center is invaluable, especially as Ratledge lacks any prior experience in that position at the collegiate or professional level. While Ratledge possesses impressive athleticism, which could be beneficial if the Lions are looking for a center with similar qualities to what they had in Frank Ragnow, the learning curve may be steep for him. Glasgow, on the other hand, has expressed his enjoyment of playing center, stating, "I do like playing center. Center's fun. I like the mental load that comes with it. I think it's a challenge, but that's something that I'm pretty good at, so I like to do it. If it came to me having to play center and make the calls, or me be a guard and think about the calls anyway, just to make sure the calls are right, I'd probably rather just play center." This perspective sheds light on a common misconception about Glasgow. While he has previously voiced the difficulties of switching from center to guard mid-season due to injuries, he now seems eager to embrace the full-time center role. If the Lions are going to rely on him to assist their younger guards, it makes sense for him to do so from the center position. In summary, Morton believes that center is a more natural fit for Glasgow than for Ratledge, who is still learning the ropes. Glasgow enjoys the responsibilities that come with the position and feels it would be easier than helping Ratledge as a guard. The Lions have consistently placed Glasgow at center during their padded practices, indicating a clear direction in this competition. 2-minute drill insights. During practice, the Lions conducted two 2-minute drills, one for the starters and another for the reserves. The starters faced a scenario with just over a minute left in the half, 2 timeouts remaining, and a scoreless game. Quarterback Jared Goff struggled with deep throws, missing opportunities to connect with Gibbs and Jamison Williams. The defense, particularly DJ Reader and Aiden Hutchinson, applied pressure, leading to a sack by safety Brian Branch that ultimately halted the offensive drive. This was a solid win for the defense, which has been performing exceptionally well, especially players like Hutchinson, Reader, Branch, and quarterback Terrion Arnold. The second-team offense encountered a different situation. Needing a touchdown while trailing 24-20 with 1:28 left in the fourth quarter, quarterback Kyle Allen started strong, connecting with tight end Shane Zylstra on consecutive passes. After an incomplete deep shot to Patrick, Allen found receiver Isaac Tisla for a crucial 3rd and 11 conversion. In a dramatic finish, Allen connected with receiver Tom Kennedy in the end zone, securing the lead with mere seconds remaining. This showcased a confident performance from Allen, who, along with Hendon Hooker, has been impressively sharp throughout camp. It seems likely that the Lions will carry 3 quarterbacks into the upcoming season. Additional news and observations. Lions safety Kirby Joseph and nickel corner Amik Robertson did not participate in practice on Monday. Robertson assured me he's all good as he walked off the field in casual attire. Joseph, however, was seen wearing a compression sleeve on his left leg and chose not to comment. We expect to hear updates from Coach Campbell on Tuesday. Safety Ian Kennelly and running back Sione Vaki returned to practice, although Vaki was limited in his participation. Montgomery showcased his skills in an open field tackling drill, easily getting past linebacker Jack Campbell. While Campbell has made strides in various aspects of his game, his open field tackling still requires improvement. These matchups are intentionally designed to challenge players. Linebacker Alex Anzalone rejoined the first-team defense after being limited to walkthroughs and position drills on Saturday. Tight end Sam Laporta impressed by successfully handling Branch in back-to-back reps during the tackling drill, first with a spin move and then with a stiff arm. This is no small feat, as Branch is known for his physicality in these drills. Laporta also scored on consecutive plays during the red zone period, quietly establishing himself as one of the standout performers in camp. I noted that Branch had 3 separate victories in one-on-one drills against receivers Khalif Raymond, Williams, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Arnold excelled in a one-on-one fade route against Patrick in the end zone during the WRDB drills, continuing to impress with his performance. Patrick acknowledged that he didn't have his best day in practice. Reader has emerged as one of the most impressive players in training camp. This is his first full offseason with the team, and he has been consistently outstanding. Defensive back Eric Hallett has been one of the first players off the bench to step in with the first-team defense, and I'm keeping a close eye on his development. There were 3 mishandled exchanges between Allen and center Kingsley Eguakon. It's difficult to determine who was at fault in real time, but Eguakon has the potential to be the 3rd center this season. Linebacker Malcolm Rodriguez and defensive tackle Makai Wingo, both returning from knee injuries, participated in some side work. Wingo mentioned he's making progress and that the team is being cautious with his recovery. he feels optimistic about his condition. Jared Goff on Detroit Lions transition to new OC John Morton. Change can be intimidating, especially in the high-stakes world of professional football. But for Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions, the shift to a new offensive coordinator feels less like a seismic upheaval and more like an exciting opportunity to evolve. This year, the Lions are navigating uncharted waters with fresh faces both on the field and on the sidelines. Yet instead of feeling overwhelmed, Goff is leaning into what he describes as a fun challenge. And this is where the story gets even more intriguing. How does a team maintain its dominance while integrating new leadership? As the Lions dive into training camp at the Meyer Performance Center, they're doing so without two key figures from last season: former offensive coordinator Ben Johnson and defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn. Both have moved on, leaving the door open for new voices to shape the team's future. Leading the charge on offense is John Morton, a familiar face to some players, but a fresh mind in the coordinator role. While some might wonder if such a change could disrupt the rhythm of one of the NFL's most explosive offenses, Goff insists it's been anything but chaotic. "Morton just sounds different in my ear, I guess," Goff explained during a recent press availability. "We're running a lot of the same stuff. Some of it's different, some of it's new, but honestly, I don't think it's abnormal compared to what every other team goes through when adding new elements to their playbook." He emphasized that the adjustments aren't drastic, likening them to a natural evolution rather than a complete overhaul. For context, under Johnson's guidance over the past 3 seasons, the Lions became one of the most potent offenses in the league, averaging 29 points per game and peaking at 33.2 points per game last season, their highest output since 1954. So naturally, expectations remain sky high. But here's where things get controversial. Will Morton's approach yield similar results? Or will subtle differences in philosophy alter the dynamic that made Detroit's offense so lethal? These are questions fans and analysts alike will be watching closely. Morton isn't stepping into this role blind. He spent the last 2 seasons as the Denver Broncos passing game coordinator and previously served as a senior offensive assistant for the Lions in 2022. His experience within the organization gives him a unique advantage, allowing him to build upon existing systems while introducing his own ideas. One concept Morton has emphasized heavily is RCE. Recognize, communicate, execute. A mantra head coach Dan Campbell says is critical for both players and coaches. It underscores the importance. Wide receiver Jameson Williams has already noticed a shift in how Morton operates, particularly in his willingness to take aggressive shots downfield. "Coach Johnny Moe is letting me run more routes," Williams shared. "I knew I had it in me, but now I'm getting put in positions to showcase my skills better. My route running is sharper, and I'm learning how to attack angles and cuts more effectively." This development hints at a potentially more versatile receiving core, which could make Detroit's offense even harder to defend. Last season, Goff was nothing short of spectacular, finishing 5th in MVP voting after throwing for 4,629 yards, 37 touchdowns, and just 12 interceptions. Under his leadership, the Lions achieved a franchise record 15 wins before falling short in the NFC divisional round against the Commanders, a game marred by turnovers, including 3 interceptions and a lost fumble. Despite that setback, Goff remains optimistic about the team's trajectory and believes the narrative around the coaching transition is being overstated. "It's hard to pinpoint exactly what's different," Goff admitted. "A lot of it is the same, and then there's some new stuff we're learning. But the gap between what we did last year and what we're doing now isn't as big as people are making it out to be." He acknowledged the inevitable curiosity surrounding any coaching change, but urged reporters and fans not to overanalyze the situation. Instead, he framed the transition as a seamless continuation of the team's upward climb. So, what does this mean for the Lions moving forward? Can they sustain their offensive dominance under Morton's leadership? Or will the absence of Ben Johnson create unforeseen challenges? With talent like Goff, Williams, and others still in the mix, the pieces are certainly there for another banner year. But as with any transition, execution will be key. Do you think the Lions can maintain their elite status, or will this coaching shuffle prove too much to overcome? Share your thoughts below. We'd love to hear what you think.